여러분, 오늘은 내 영어 수준이 어느 정도 레벨까지 들리는지 한번 테스트를 같이 해보도록 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요. 저는 영국 지역 곳곳을 돌아다니면서 여행하고 어학원 탐방을 하고 있는 스토리입니다. 저는 지금 영국 브라이튼에 위치한 캐슬 어학원에 있는데요. 영국 하면 떠오르는 게 뭐가 있죠? 일단 지금 비가 오고 있는데요. 날씨, 그리고 영국 음식. 그래서 오늘은 덩어리 파이 있잖아요. 그 덩어리 파이에 대해 한번 묘사하는 영어를 들어보도록 할게요. 자, 그럼 레벨 테스트 시작하기 전 우리 선생님을 한번 모시고 와보도록 하겠습니다. Maria!
Hello!
Hello! Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing well as well. Yeah, the weather is not really that nice, but yeah.
Typical English weather.
So let's the Korean students test their English. So we're gonna start from A1. Yeah, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, let's go.
Look at this. This is a fish pie. It is not good. The fish are big and on top of the pie. They have eyes. I do not like it. It is funny. Do you like fish pie? I like fish pie, but not this pie. It is strange. We do not eat this pie in my class. We eat good food.
예. 어떠셨나요? 잘 들리셨나요? 그렇다면 이번에는 조금 더 어려운 레벨로 가보도록 하겠습니다. Let's start A2.
Okay, a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
This pie is very interesting. It has fish inside and outside. The fish looks at you. They should be in the pie, not on the pie. It is not a normal pie. Normal pies do not have fish like this. It is not beautiful. I think it is funny to see. Who makes a pie like this? Maybe it's a joke. I laugh when I see this pie.
이번에도 어떠셨나요? 좀 잘 들리셨나요? 그렇다면 더 어려운 버전으로 가보도록 하겠습니다. Let's start B1.
B1. Here we have a peculiar version of a fish pie. Usually, fish pies have ingredients mixed inside, but this one has whole fish on top. They're staring, which is quite off-putting. Honestly, it looks like a mistake. It's not what you would expect from a traditional fish pie. It's meant to be appetizing, but this one misses the mark. It's almost comical, isn't it? I'd say this is a good example of what not to do when baking a pie.
어떠셨나요? 저는 매우 공감을 하며 들었는데요. 그 다음은 이번엔 조금 더 어려운 버전으로 가보도록 하겠습니다. Let's start B2.
B2.
Yeah.
Upon examining this dish, one can't help but notice its blatant departure from the culinary norm. A fish pie, by convention, encapsulates its seafood within a flaky crust. Here, however, the fish are laid bare. Their silver scales and unblinking eyes present a rather macabre tableau. It's as if the pie is returning our gaze, challenging the very notion of what it constitutes a pie. The presentation is humorous, a bit unintentional, so certainly sparks a dialogue about the boundaries of traditional baking.
이번에는 조금 어려웠는데요. 그렇다면 더 어려운 버전은 얼마나 어려울지 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다. Let's start C1.
Behold this gastronomical anomaly, a fish pie that challenges the diner even before the first bite is taken. The fish with their dark eyes seem to pierce the soul, an avant-garde twist on what should be a comforting dish. The juxtaposition of the golden crust against the silver-bodied fish creates a visual discordance that is, frankly, more amusing than appetizing. It's an audacious attempt that flirts with the abstract, and while it may not satiate the appetite, it certainly feeds the conversation on culinary experimentation.
와, 이번 거는 정말 어려웠어요. 저한테는 많이 어려웠는데 여러분들한테는 얼마나 어려우셨는지 쉬웠는지 궁금하네요. 그 다음은 이제 마지막 단계인 C2 단계를 한번 들어보도록 하겠습니다.
C2. Even English people find this one difficult.
Really? Okay, let's try.
Confronted with this culinary concoction, one must pause to consider whether its creator intended it as a postmodern critique on classical seafood pies. The fish, arrayed with an almost confrontational prominence atop the crust, invoke a sense of surrealism. Their charred eyes, a stark contrast to the otherwise golden pastry, seems to follow your every move, creating an unsettling dining experience. This is not merely food, it's a statement. A provocative piece that blurs the lines between sustenance and art, eliciting from its audience a reaction that is as complex as the dish itself is perplexing.
Ooh, okay, this is really hard. 네, 그럼 이제 선생님께서 한번 우리가 방금 했던 그 정어리 파이를 기반으로 한 레벨을 가지고 이제 여기 어학원에서는 어떤 식으로 반배정이 되는지 한번 설명을 해주시겠습니다. Yeah, please.
So at Castle School, we teach from level A1 to C1. So A1 is beginner level English. That's for someone who perhaps hasn't taken English classes before or has taken some English classes before they arrive, but they're still at a beginner level. The next level is A2, which is pre-intermediate. So it's someone just before the intermediate level that does have a little bit more English. Perhaps they've studied for a while before, and so they would go into an A2 class. The next level we have is B1, which is lower intermediate, which is an intermediate level English. This is often the base level for some universities, for some tests that we need. And then we go into B2, which is upper intermediate, which is a bit more advanced. And then finally, we've got C1, which is the most advanced level class, which is a very advanced level of English here at the school. Normally, when you arrive, you're given a test, and based on your test results, you're then placed into the appropriate class.
Okay, thank you so much. So, 네, 오늘 이렇게까지 해보았는데요. 이제 선생님을 보내드리고 이제 마무리 해보도록 하겠습니다. 네. Thanks. Bye. 네, 여러분, 정어리 파티가 끝이 났는데요. 어떠셨나요? 낮은 레벨에서는 이제 생선 묘사를 살짝 해보았었고요. 이제 높은 레벨이 갈수록 미식가의 비평까지 한번 이렇게 들어보았는데요. 이제 뒤로 갈수록 어질어질하지만 만약에 내가 알아들으면 빵빵 터지는 그런 묘사였습니다. 과연 어디까지 내가 알아들을 수 있었고 어떤 포인트에서 웃으셨는지 댓글로 남겨주세요. 그리고 이제 영국 어학원에 관심이 있으신 분들은 이제 하단에 있는 카카오톡 채팅방에 들어오셔서 저와 이제 함께 이야기를 나누어 보시고 제가 이제 상담 해드리고 이제 어학원과 연결을 시켜드리고 이제 장학금까지 드리도록 하겠습니다. 카톡 상담 주소는 밑에 더보기란에 있으니까요. 많이 연락주세요. 안녕.